Hello everyone, welcome to another series of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day practice question. Question was Budapest Convention is associated with food security, cybercrime, climate change or child labor. The correct answer is option B, cybercrime. The Council of Europe's Cybercrime Convention is also known as the Budapest Convention. It was opened for signature in 2001 and came into force in 2004. The convention is the sole legally binding international multilateral treaty on cybercrime. It coordinates cybercrime investigations between nation-states and criminalizes certain cybercrime conduct. Therefore, option B is correct. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, recently the term baguette was in the news. It is related to the staple French bread, geomorphological process, volcano eruption or wind energy. The correct answer is option A, the staple French bread. Baguette, the staple French bread, was inscribed into the UN's list of intangible cultural heritage, that is ICH, recently. Hence, option A is correct. The baguette is a long and thin loaf made of flour, water, salt and yeast and is consumed as a staple in France. Some believe that it was invented by August Zank, a baker and an entrepreneur from Vienna in 1839, who introduced the world to the taste of crusty bread with softer insides using a steam oven. It gained its official name in 1920. The history of the bread is uncertain. Some also believe that Napoleon Bonaparte, the French military leader, ordered thin sticks of bread for consumption by his soldiers as they could be carried from one place to another more conveniently. Next question is, which of the following is not correct about the Great Barrier Reef? It is located off the coast of Queensland, Australia. It is the world's largest coral reef system. It is one of the biggest biodiversity hotspots in the world, or it has more than 2,000 islands. The correct answer is option D, it has more than 2,000 islands. Recently, a joint report by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, that is IUCN, and UNESCO's World Heritage Center expressed concern about the status of the Great Barrier Reef, that is GBR, in Australia. Located off the coast of Queensland, Australia, the GBR is the world's largest coral reef system with over 2,900 individual reefs, 900 islands, and an area covering approximately 344,400 square kilometers. An irreplaceable part of the global ecosystem, the GBR is one of the biggest biodiversity hotspots in the world, as well as one of its largest carbon sinks. For Australia, the GBR is a crucial contributor to the economy, supporting over 64,000 jobs and bringing in billions of annual revenue. As much as 99% of the property lies within the GBR Marine Park in order to protect it from wanton exploitation. It is managed as a multiple-use area with a range of commercial and tourism activities permitted. Hence, option D is correct. Next question is, in the context of Indian arts and culture, the term Tertali is referred to folk music, painting, folk dance or literature. The correct answer is option C, folk dance. Tertali dance is a part of a religious ritual performed by the 𝐾𝐻 tribe of Madhya Pradesh. The dance is performed only by women who start by squatting. A musical instrument called manjira is tied all over their body, most commonly to their legs, and the same is played by the performers throughout the ritual. This traditional dance form also requires the performers to hold on to swords using only their teeth. The dancers also balance pots on their head while holding on to the sword and playing the manjira. Hence, option C is correct. Next question is, recently the report Turning the Tide on Internal Displacement, a Development Approach to Solutions was published. It is published by which of the following ones? UN Environment Programme, UN Development Programme, Worldwide Fund for Nature or World Economic Forum. The correct answer is option B, UN Development Programme. Recently, the United Nations Development Programme or UNDP published a report named Turning the Tide on Internal Displacement, a Development Approach to Solutions. Hence, option B is correct. According to this report, for the first time ever, more than 100 million people were forcibly displaced in 2022, most of them within their own countries. At the end of 2021, there were over 59 million people forcibly displaced within their own countries due to conflict, violence, disasters, and climate change. This was the highest global figure and more than double the number recorded 10 years ago, the analysis by UNDP and the Internal Displacement Monitoring Center showed. Next question is with reference to the Election Commission of India. Consider the following statements. 1. The Constitution has specified the term of the members of the Election Commission. 2. The Constitution has not prescribed the qualifications of the members of the Election Commission. Which of the above given statement or statements is or are not correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. That is, only second statement is correct. The Election Commission is a permanent and an independent body established by the Constitution of India directly to ensure free and fair elections in the country. Article 324 of the Constitution provides that the power of superintendence, direction and control of elections to following ones shall be vested in the Election Commission. Parliament, state legislators, the Office of President of India and the Office of Vice President of India shall be vested in the Election Commission. The Constitution has not prescribed the qualifications of the members of the Election Commission. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The Constitution has not specified the term of the members of the Election Commission. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Therefore, option A is correct. The Constitution has not debarred the retiring election commissioners from any further appointment by the government. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the electoral bond. 1. Electoral bond would be a bearer instrument in the nature of a promissory note. 2. It would be issued in multiples of rupees 1,000, 10,000 only. 3. A citizen of India or a body incorporated in India will be eligible to purchase the bond. Select the correct option using the code given below. 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option C, 1 and 3 only. Recently, in a Right to Information, that is RTI reply, the SBI said the majority of these bonds were of rupees 1 crore, while less than 10% of subscriptions were of lower denominations, that is rupees 10 lakh, rupees 1 lakh, rupees 10,000 and rupees 1,000. About 93.5% of total bonds sold were in the denomination of rupees 1 crore, according to an RTI filed by Chandrasekhar Gaur. Electoral bond would be a bearer instrument in the nature of a promissory note and an interest-free banking instrument. A citizen of India or a body incorporated in India will be eligible to purchase the bond. Hence, statement 1 and 3 are correct. Electoral bond or bonds would be issued or purchased for any value in multiples of rupees 1,000, rupees 10,000, rupees 1 lakh, rupees 10 lakh, and rupees 1 crore from the specified branches of the SBI, that is the State Bank of India. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option C is correct. Next question is, DigiYatra was recently in news. It was launched by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, Ministry of Rural Development, Ministry of Civil Aviation, or Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The correct answer is option C, Ministry of Civil Aviation. Recently, Union Minister for Civil Aviation Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia launched DigiYatra from the Indira Gandhi International Airport, New Delhi. It is launched for 3 airports in the country, namely New Delhi, Varanasi and Bengaluru. DigiYatra is conceived to achieve contactless, seamless processing of passengers at airports based on facial recognition technology, that is FRT. To use this facility, one-time registration on DigiYatra app is required using Aadhaar-based validation and a self-image capture. The project has tremendous advantages of improving passenger convenience and ease of travel. Hence, option C is correct. Next question is, what is the IUCN status of Dugong? Vulnerable, endangered, critically endangered, or extinct? The correct answer is option A, vulnerable. Dugongs are cousins of manatees and share a similar plump appearance but have a dolphin fluke-like tail. And unlike manatees, which use freshwater areas, the dugong is strictly a marine mammal. Commonly known as sea cows, dugongs graze peacefully on sea grasses in shallow coastal waters of the Indian and Western Pacific Oceans. The IUCN status of dugong is vulnerable. Hence, option A is correct. Next question is, consider the following statements with reference to Central Statistical Office, that is CSO. 1. The Central Statistics Office coordinates the statistical activities in the country and evolves statistical standards. 2. It comes under the Ministry of Statistics and Programming Implementation. Select the correct option using the code given below. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, according to the data released by the CSO, the manufacturing and mining sectors dragged the growth rate, contracting 4.3% and 2.8% respectively. The Central Statistics Office coordinates the statistical activities in the country and evolves statistical standards. It is headed by a Director General assisted by 5 additional Director Generals. It comes under the Ministry of Statistics and Programming Implementation. Hence, statement 1 and 2 are correct. Therefore, option C is correct. Last question is, to cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom is mentioned in the preamble, fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, or fundamental duties. The correct answer is option D, fundamental duties. To cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom is mentioned in the fundamental duties of the Constitution. It is mentioned in Article 51A(b). It is mentioned in the Part 4A of the Constitution. It is inserted in the Constitution by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. Hence, option D is correct. Now it's time for the practice question. The State of Food Security and Nutrition in the World 2022 was released by Food and Agricultural Organization, that is FAO, UNESCO, UNEP, or 𝐈𝐀𝐒. Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.